Hey, I'm Sean from Hope3 Labs, and this is video 10 out of 11 in our Introduction to Crypto series. So today we're breaking down how blockchains are actually built and why understanding the layers helps you build smarter and invest with confidence. So most people talk about coins and tokens, but that's just the surface. Underneath that, crypto has structure. It's built in layers. And once you understand those layers, you'll start to see which projects are built for real world use, and which ones will crumble the minute that they get traffic or hit gas fee season. If you're investing, understanding layers helps you make better decisions. Some layer ones are rock solid but slow. Some layer twos are fast but are only as stable as the base layer that they depend on. If you're building, you don't want to pour your time and energy into a great project or idea, only to realize that the chain that you picked becomes a toll booth once people start showing up. So let's break it down, one layer at a time with real world examples. So layer one, that's the base chain. Think of layer one like the foundation of a house. You don't always see it, but everything depends on it. It's where all permanent records live. So if a transaction happens on a layer one, it's locked in, like ink on a ledger or a notarized stamp. Some examples of layer ones, Bitcoin, the original. Think digital gold. It's great for sending and saving value, but it's slow and it gets pricey under pressure. Ethereum, a big city for smart contracts. It's powerful, but can still feel like rush hour during NFT season. XRPL, or the XRP ledger, is built for fast, cheap payments and digital assets. It doesn't run complex apps by default, but it connects well to other chains that do. Cardano, the careful builder. Every upgrade is peer reviewed like a science paper. It's slow by design, but it's built for longevity and trust. The bottom line, everything eventually settles on a layer one. It's the source of truth, the place where the receipts live. Even if all that fancy stuff happens above it, layer one is where it's going to live. So layer twos, or the scalability layer, or the speed layer. Layer twos sit on top of a layer one. They're like the express lane that keeps the main highway from gridlocking. So they'll batch up transactions off the chain, then check in with the layer one with a final tally. Doing it this way is faster, cheaper, and it keeps the layer one, or the base chain, from getting overwhelmed. So think of layer twos like fast lanes avoiding traffic, or friendly apps handling complexity in the background, or personal assistants for layer ones doing all the heavy lifting so that the boss looks good. Some examples of layer twos. So we have Polygon. It works with Ethereum to run Web3 apps cheaper and faster. They're great. It's great for games and NFTs without $40 gas fees. If you've ever used Ethereum, you understand that. So the second example, Arbitrum, or Optimism. So these bundle up thousands of Ethereum transactions into one. What that ends up doing is just optimizing everything. You get speed and lower costs. Then you have the Lightning Network. It's built on Bitcoin. It's designed for tiny, fast payments. So think of global tipping, lunch money, or buying a coffee without waiting 10 minutes. Again, what it's doing is it's optimizing all the challenges that Bitcoin has. So the main takeaway is that layer twos are smart sidekicks for layer ones. They make things faster, cheaper, and more usable, while letting layer ones stay that reliable vault. So you may be wondering, why does any of this matter? But whether you're building or investing, you should probably ask, is this project a base layer or built on top of one? If it's a layer two, can the base or layer one handle the growth? And three, will it scale when real people start using it? So just an example. Say there's a platform where artists can sell pieces of their royalties to fans. Awesome idea, right? But if it runs on Ethereum during peak hours, during peak season, cool. I just paid $47 to claim 3% royalties on a drum loop. Now, imagine that same idea running on XRPL, where minting a token costs fractions of a penny. Suddenly, that same platform idea makes a lot of sense for the artists, for the fans, and for developers. That's the power of knowing the stack. All right, now for the fun stuff, the multi-layer, the hybrid projects. So some blockchains don't fit perfectly into a layer one or a layer two. They kind of bend the rules. They blending layers or adding new tools to older systems. Let me give you two examples. So the first up is Chainlink. This one's often called the Oracle layer. Basically, it brings real world data like prices and the weather, sports scores, stuff like that, into smart contracts so that they can respond in real time. So here's a simple example. Imagine a DeFi insurance app that automatically pays out if there's a flood. Chainlink would pull the weather data from NOAA, and boom, the contract triggers a payment. There's no adjuster, no waiting, no middleman. It's like giving your smart contracts eyes and ears. So the second example, XRPL with hooks. So XRPL is a layer one built for speed and low cost payments, kind of like financial plumbing of crypto. But now with hooks, developers can add custom logic directly into those payments. So you don't need a whole separate layer two. You could just write little rules into the transactions themselves. It's like giving the pipes a brain. Now your plumbing system can react, reroute, or even trigger other actions, all without leaving the ledger. Okay, quick recap. Layer one is your foundation, and it's where the final records live. It's all about security, trust, and settlement. Layer twos, they bring the speed. They're built to scale, save money, and create smoother user experiences. Multi-layer projects blend the best of both, and it's where things get really interesting. So again, multi-layer projects, they combine the stability and trust of a layer one with the flexibility of a layer two. That's going to make them future ready and super efficient. So when you see projects working across layers or evolving their base layer to be smarter, pay attention to that. That's where a lot of the next wave of innovation is really happening. Either way, bottom line, know your stack. Think like a builder, invest like you're going to be here for a while, and just don't chase the hype. Follow the infrastructure. At Hope 3 Labs, we're already building real tools using crypto, and we're not the only ones. In the next video, we'll zoom way out and look at where crypto is really heading, what the dot-com bubble can teach us, why most projects won't make it, and which ones might quietly power the future. Thanks.